To do a bridge, you're going to start lying in this position with your feet flat on the ground, about hip width apart for balance. You're going to engage your core by doing a pelvic tilt. If you pretend that there's a grape under your low back, use your low abdominal muscles to squish your back flat, squeeze that grape. From here, you're going to squeeze your glute muscles and raise your hips toward the ceiling until you get to a straight line. Squeeze the glutes, keep this position for about 3 seconds, and then very slowly lower back down. For this exercise, you're going to be starting on your hands and your knees. You want your knees to be right under your hips and your hands to be right under your shoulders. It's really important to keep a tight core. I like to tell people to pretend that you have a bowl of cereal on your low back. It tries to just help you from eliminate that motion in your pelvis. So keeping that bowl here, you're going to then extend one leg and the opposite arm nice and slow with very little motion. You'll come back to center, again very controlled, and then you'll switch sides. Be really careful not to let much motion come from the back here. For this exercise, you're going to be lying on your stomach on the floor on your bed. If you put a pillow under your hips, it can be a little bit more comfortable on your low back. For this one here, you're going to be squeezing your glute muscle and raising your leg off the floor. Really try to make sure that the contraction is only coming from your glute. Sometimes when your glute is weak, your back muscles try to take over. If you feel like that's happening, you can bend your knee and then try to focus more on kicking your heel toward the ceiling using that glute muscle. For this exercise, you want to lie on your side. We're going to be targeting the leg that's on the top. Your bottom leg can be bent, so underneath you, just to give you a little bit of balance. For this exercise, it's really important to make sure that you're keeping your hips stacked. As you raise your leg off of the table, it's important not to let your hips roll too far backward or forward. Really keep them stacked, one right on top of the other. You're going to squeeze your glute and quad muscles here and raise your leg off the table. It doesn't have to be very high, about here is perfect. And then nice and slow on the way back down. Relax your contraction and then repeat the rep. For this exercise, you're going to be starting lying on your stomach. You're going to go into first a modified plank position. You're going to be pushing up on your elbows or forearms and on your knees and putting your trunk in a nice straight line, really contracting your core muscles. Make sure that you don't arch your back and that you keep your hips up so that you're not creating that arch. If this feels easy for you, you can make it more difficult by going up onto your toes instead of your knees, holding this position here, again with the straight back. You're going to lay on your side for this exercise. You're going to be putting your elbow directly under your shoulder. For the easiest modification for this, you're going to bend both of your knees and you're going to be going up on your knees and elbow, lifting your side to keep your body in a straight line, and then rising your arm to the ceiling for balance, keeping it tight core. To make this one step harder, you can take your top leg and you can straighten it out, staying on this knee. Again, to make this even harder, you can go up on both feet in a heel-toe position, stacking your feet in front of each other, going up on the elbow, and again extending that arm, keeping a tight core.